Good morning. It is good to see you. And again, it's wonderful to be here. Although, again, I will start out by saying my best to all the folks that have been affected by Helene. And let's try to recognize that there's things we need to do to help our planet. I don't want to get too much into it because I know it's a little controversial. But anyway, today, on the lightest subjects, we're going to talk about 10 things about dogs that are cool. That you some you'll know, some you won't know, because I learned some also. So starting off, dogs are what we call super sniffers. Dogs have an incredibly sensitive sense of smell, capable of detecting odors humans can't even imagine. That sounds scary. Some folks that say, yeah, I do this and that, and it's a curse. Well, I hope dogs don't feel that they can smell everything, either good or bad, is bad. I hope it's good. So anyway, the next thing that's pretty darn cool is tail wagging. Now, probably, I don't know what we would do if we had a tail, but I would hope it would generally be tail wagging. While tail wagging often indicates happiness, it can also convey other emotions like fear or confusion. Didn't know that. I mean, I'm confused all the time, and I don't have a tail. Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. Oh, I know you're probably saying, Jim, oh boy, you tell these stupid jokes and you think they're funny. Okay, the next thing is dreamers. Just like humans, dogs experience REM sleep, rapid eye movement, and dream. So if you see a dog with its eyes, even though they're closed, you can see kind of moving around a little bit. But what I find with our wonderful Jamie, CEO of All Power Group and Phoenix Animal, she's a lot of times running in her sleep, or thinks she's running, and she's barking. And boy, I really wish we could really get to know why and what she's dreaming about, because dreams are a very unusual situation in that there isn't a really good explanation about dreams. But if you don't dream, that's not good either, because generally when you're dreaming, you're in rapid eye movement, and it's pretty much a deep sleep. Now, I had in high school, a long time ago, I had an English teacher. His name was Mr. Battles, and he swore he didn't dream. So what can I say? If you argue with him, you flunk the course. If you say, yeah, that's cool, you get an A. So I guess we just have to kind of do things like that, right? To survive. Okay, moving on. Animals are ancient and wonderful companions. Dogs have been domesticated for thousands of years, making them one of the oldest human companions. By the way, tomorrow I'm going to do a series on kind of similar 10 big things with cats. So I don't want you to think I'm giving preference to dogs. But you'd say, but you did dogs first. Well, I grew up with dogs more than cats. But I love all animals anyway, and you know that if you watch my channel. This isn't like where somebody said to me, Jim, if you don't do animals in your YouTube channel, I'm going to hit you. Admittedly, some people think animals are wonderful, some don't. So it isn't really where you'd go, yeah, that's a knockout niche. That said, what I've been finding in the last about 2-3 months, the smaller creators like myself, and again, I'm sorry that I interject things, but it's just good to know. What's happening is we're getting blocked out, and this is not anybody's fault, and it's not related to YouTube directly at all. But there is so much negativity related to politics that it's pretty scary because, you know, I'm trying to do happy things, and it appears that generally most people that watch YouTube get into the like, yeah, he said this, or he didn't do that, or he lied, or somebody tried to shoot him. I don't know. Anyway, so what we're trying here is within a bad storm, as we might say. Okay, they were, again, the oldest human companions, and they always will be, and thank you, to all the animals and all the dogs in the world. Now, moving on, dogs have super hearing. Dogs can hear sounds at much higher frequencies than humans, making them incredibly sensitive to noise. Now, you know, the good news is I do a lot of animal issues related to rescue. And they train animals to find, in what I'm particularly talking about this, buried people. Unfortunately, you know, for a lot of different reasons, we have buried people. But bottom line, the animals and dogs have the best chance of finding someone that is, you know, under the rubble. And God bless them. And they love what they do, and they save lives. What else can you expect? Anyway, moving on to another interesting point is yawning. Yawning is contagious, and it is. Not luckily like COVID, but anyway, just like humans, yawning can be contagious among dogs. Yep. The next one, water ancestors. Dogs, generally speaking, like the water. They don't necessarily like a shower or a bath, but they love the beach. They'll run on the beach. Yeah, they'll chase the waves. Some animals like to go in, like I remember when I was working on Block Island in 1971 and 72. Ooh, I'm aging myself. By the way, Block Island is an island, kind of cool, all 13 miles off the coast of Rhode Island. I'm originally from Rhode Island, and I had, what a job. I went to the University of Rhode Island down in Kingston, Rhode Island, but I had the pleasure for 2 summers to work at a boat marina out on Block Island. So anyway, many dog breeds have a strong connection to water and were originally bred for swimming or retrieving. By the way, I didn't finish my thought. And why I brought up Pluck Island, I know it's like, yeah, what does that have to do with anything? There was a black, and thank goodness we can remember things. There was a black Labrador, and you come on to where the dock was for the marina and the boats, and this black Labrador would be standing, about neck deep, give or take, in the salt water all the time. It would be like you'd think something was wrong if when you came to work with folks on boats and what have you. By the way, we'd get a big whopping $1 tip if we did something. Good. Anyway, that black Labrador, he probably, he's still there maybe, or at least in spirit. Okay, the next thing here. Animals are what we call smart cookies. I don't know how they actually came up with cookies as describing, an animal. Dogs are incredibly intelligent creatures and can be trained to perform complex tasks. Now, what I have done and will keep doing is going along with dog training to be a helper. They do them for folks that are, PTSD, can't hear, can't see, can't get around, can't get their food, can't open the refrigerator, a lot of different things. And the dogs are there for you, always. I don't think you have where a dog says, I'm not going to work today. I'm going to just take the day off. No, they're always here for you. The next thing is stress relief. Spending time with a dog has been shown to reduce stress and improve overall well-being. Different personalities. While all dogs share some common traits, each breed has its own personality and characteristics. Anyway, we love them. I love you too. But I don't want to say that I love dogs. No, I love animals, and it's true. There's no way you could do animals every day and have it where you really just did not love them. I mean, we're blessed, and we don't even know it. And I always think the last thing I say before I say goodbye for this morning is when you see some of our military action. Yes, it's terrible what happens. And a lot of innocent people get hurt or get killed. But no one talks about the dogs or the cats. And I pray for Ukraine every night. And we love the animals. We love the people. We love the children. And nothing makes any sense to have wars. Nobody wins, really. Anyway, I know I bring in additional topics, and I don't, yes, I do use a teleprompter, but there's things as I'm going along, and it has nothing to do with my saying, I didn't, I want to say this, I want to say that. No, these are things that come up that just, in my opinion, make me think of what I'm doing here. But anyway, I want to thank you very, very much for being here. And again, all my best to the folks that are north of us here and still trying to get through, all the damage And even some people still don't have power. Now, I would love you to go, and I did a couple right after Helene went by us here. And, we lost power for a little bit, 3 hours here, then went another hour or two the next day, which didn't make any sense because the sun was out and it was a beautiful day. But you'll see, and I'm a generator guy. I have a generator. In fact, I've had 2 generator companies, and I basically used to be more where hurricanes were what helped me with my business. Now, I'm just saying where people would go, hey, Jim, I want to get a generator for this next upcoming hurricane season. So it wasn't where generally I was gaining from bad things happening to people. I mean, generators were actually good news because, and you'll see as I talk about in my utility presentation, that the system is terrible. And I know you're saying you shouldn't even go on this tangent, but we have had the same structure of electricity with a lot of wooden poles and stuff up on poles for all the time I've been alive, and that's 75 years, and even before that. So one lasting point is stay on your utility company for them to make improvements so that we don't lose power. Down here in Florida, I mean, still it's October 3rd today, and we're still in the 90s. So this isn't like, oh yeah, we're cool now, no big deal, who cares if we lose power? No, it's basically hot. And if you don't have air conditioning, you're in trouble. But anyway, God bless everybody. Take care of the Helene people, please. And thank you very, very, very much. And have a wonderful day if you can. Thank you.